$18,000. That's $18,000 a month that you could make on this program just by itself. Now, this is outside of what you've been doing for all these years. So let me share with you what I'd like to help you build with this program that I do on a regular basis. Technically, you could have a virtual assistant in the Philippines like I do, and I have 15 of them for 2 decades. They could call real estate agents whose homes have been on the market for 50 days or more, saying, hey, let me find a name here. Michelle, you've had this home on the market for over 50 days. Is your seller open to taking a cash offer on the home? And Michelle goes, please send me an offer, Anthony. Otherwise, I'm going to get fired because this listing is not moving. So I want you to, so that's one market. You could also take this to for sale by owners, You can find them, you know how to find them. You can use RedX, or you can find them on Zillow. Their numbers are there. You could pay maybe $30 a month and just have them delivered to your email every day like I do. For sale by owners. And then you also can take this program to expired and withdrawn listings, right? Because what agents want to do, they tell me, Anthony, I don't want any more buyers. I want sellers. I said, well, you do know a seller is just a buyer buying at a higher price point. So you always advertise to buyers. You just, if you want sellers, just market in the next move up price point, and you'll get 72% of them, or have a house to sell, and then they'll be moved into the different price point. So I want you to understand something. So you could have an assistant that you pay $5 or $6 an hour to. You guys could split one, by the way, right? You could spend $50 to $60 a week each. Have your virtual assistant that I'll help you get, because one of my assistants runs a staffing company to get your virtual assistant. That virtual assistant will call real estate agents whose homes have been on the market 50 days. They'll call for sale by owners, and they'll call expired listings with what I just told you. And as you can see here, that program can be working behind the scenes for you while you're doing your normal real estate transaction. Now, and who was in the business like me in 2008, 2009? Anybody? Just curious. Is anybody in the business? Okay. All right. So some of you guys who were in the business 2008, 2009, we were running for our life. We had like gasoline poured on our clothes, and nobody was buying homes. The market was crashing, right? Yeah. So now you have a recession-proof business as well. So if the market ever does that again, you'll have this program in your back pocket, and you'll be getting people out of their mortgages left and right, so they can buy. So you can buy. Our investors can buy their home, and you can keep making millions of dollars even in a down market. So if that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and type in the chat like, Anthony, that sounds pretty good. I'd love for you to help me get that set up. All right. So here's another way where you can own stock in the brokerage that you work with. Like, I used to own my own brokerages, and of course I wasn't giving anybody stock in my brokerages because I had put all my hard-earned money in it myself, me and my family, every dime. So at EXP, we're a publicly traded company, and we're on the NASDAQ. Our symbol is EXPI, right? And so there's 5 ways that you can earn stock in the company. This is another revenue stream for you outside of closing real estate transactions. When you close your first transaction, when you fully cap, we'll talk about that. And then when an agent that you sponsor in the EXP, you help them close their first real estate transaction, you're going to get stock. And then when you become what's called an icon agent. So what is that? So once you cap at $16,000, which is about 7 or 8 transactions in Metro Atlanta, and you close 20 more transactions, so that will be 27, 28 transactions, you're going to get your whole $16,000 that you paid in a cap given back to you in stock options, right? So you'll be able to get all that money back in stock options. And then the 5th way you can earn money as far as owning part of the company is you can do like most of us do. We take 5% of our commission and we buy the EXP stock at a 10% discount. So I want you to know that when I meet with real estate agents, and I met with thousands and thousands of real estate agents, they don't have an exit strategy out of real estate. And the only exit strategy depends on finances. So this is a way where you can continue to do what you're doing right now. We already talked about building revenue share. And then now we've talked about the stock program as well, where you're getting stock in your brokerage on a weekly basis, right? Or as often as you close transactions or do one of these things. And then we talked about the cash offer program. And what I want to do with you is I want to share with you, you get your own CRM. Most of you guys probably already have a CRM, but there's no cost on a monthly basis, right? We can set up the same automations for you in your CRM that I told you when I was at the movie theater today that fired at 4:15, and by 4:30 on my cell phone, I have 15 people that says, call me tomorrow about this program that you just sent a text message about, and they want to purchase a home, and they all have a 640 credit score or better, and they all have at least 5% in a 401k checking or savings ready to buy a home. Who'd like to be sitting in a movie theater on a Sunday afternoon and get 15 people say, call me tomorrow about the program I just got? I'm just saying, who would like that? Okay, so this is something that you don't have to figure out anything else on your own. You now have some other people to help you say, hey, what is working in real estate, and just give it to you. Okay, just give it to you and say, hey, call this number, and here's everything you need. Just tell them to put it in your KV Core CRM, have it fire every day at 4:15, and then you get on the phone and just deal with the people that respond to you instead of cold calling leads. All right, so every day we have live training. We do a training ourselves, which is a high-level training every Monday from 9:30 to 11. All the training at EXP is done by the top 1% of agents in the country, people who are actually making money, right? Not corporate trainers, people like myself, like Juanita, like you guys will be, because I know some of you guys have a lot of success as well. And so you can tap into this training about how to get sales, listings, lead generation, social media, all the stuff we're doing right tomorrow morning. Our training, what is our training about tomorrow morning, Juanita?
AI.
Yeah, all the tools that we're using in our business. Like I just told you, I was sitting in a movie theater and we created an AI robot to do some things. It took about 15 minutes to set up, guys. And now 15 people just from at 4:15 today says, please give me a call. So we would give that to you. We would help you do it. We will walk you through it. Like, you're not going to have to figure this stuff out on your own if you're not a technology type of person. All right. You also get healthcare, right? So the owner of EXP is a Canadian. He's like Juanita. They have centralized healthcare in Canada. And he wanted to make sure everybody at EXP would have access to healthcare. So it's not free, but it's at a very reduced price because we have over 87,000 real estate agents, the fastest growing real estate company ever created. And now you can have healthcare as well at EXP. So traditional income, what my mom taught me, traditional real estate went like this. Anthony, she said, when I was young, I was 8 years old, I decided I was going to be in real estate. I knew because that's where most millionaires made their money, and I just did not want to be poor. And so I said, I'm going to go in real estate. She said, well, you're going to make money from buyers, sellers, investors. Take some portion of that money, take 20% of everything you make by stocks and mutual funds. And then as you meet other people, like-minded people in real estate, then you guys start buying commercial properties. And I followed that entire blueprint. So on the right-hand side is some additional benefits that you get at EXP, a lot of stuff that we already talked about. So before I share this, I want to share something else with you. Let me pull this in and let me show you how, because I don't like to just tell people, and I know we got about 15 minutes, on how you can close deals in all 50 states with one real estate license and also 23 countries. Let me show you how you can do that. Is there anything you want to add, Juanita, while I'm pulling up my email on this that may help them, or if any questions you guys have, you can kind of maybe save those today. I'll be kind of like 5 minutes.
Well, one of the biggest things is there's a lot of collaboration with other top producers. I think that's extremely important to know, as most of you guys have been in real estate for a while or for a long period of time. Most of the time, we don't have access to top producers. But with this company, you're able to have access to them. I'll give you a great example. The number 1 and number 2 and number 3 agents in EXP out of the 87,000 agents that we had, I was able to contact them and ask them what are the systems that they're using to be so successful selling. One was selling, one person by himself, selling 150 million in sales.
Yeah.
And he gave me access to, it was so crazy. Sat there and wrote out a whole script on exactly how to do it from step by step. And I was like blown away. I'm like, who even has time to do this? But he had time to make sure that I was successful and helping all my agents. And that's the one thing that I love about this company is helping other agents to be successful. That's my passion, is to make sure, and that's Anthony's passion too, is to make sure that everybody's successful. We just don't want people joining our company and not being able to have access to top producers and not only that, top tools and systems to make sure that they are successful. So that's, for me,